WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American over here in Germany, often reviewing rare and exotic whiskeys. Have you ever seen this bottle? Talisker Neist Point, Whiskybase number 132330. This was bottled 2016, originally a travel retail exclusive, originally $179. It came out together with Dark Storm and the Talisker Sky, all three of them no-age statements from Diageo back then. And it basically flopped in the online travel retail. So after that, it moved over to a nice little place called Normal Shops, where they tried to sell it for €100. And back in 2017, hardly anyone was buying a no-age statement for €100. Now, 45.8%, very typical Talisker. What's not typical for Talisker is this is non-chilled filtered. So that's actually great. So this was for Diageo Global Travel Retail in the Middle East. And back then, the global marketing director, Peter Fairbrother, said, I'm going to read this here. Whoops, that was a good healthy pour. Single malts represent the fastest growing segment of the whiskey category in travel retail, and the surge is being driven by flavor-led malts where Diageo excels. Talisker Sky and Talisker Dark Storm, also travel retail exclusives, continue to be top sellers, while these malts focus on the intensely smoked nature of Talisker. Our new release, the Neist Point, uses some of the distillery's rarest and smoothest stocks to showcase the broader flavor range and complexity of this award-winning island malt. Not island. Now, I'm actually reading from the press release here back then. And they continue on, and they say here, I wanted to find something. Okay, that's basically a repetition there. We have the phrase, so Donald Kovol talked about this being the most elegant Talisker ever. There was one little phrase I wanted to read here. Wait a second. So the Talisker malt master, Craig Wilson, I don't even know if he's still there, said, using casks from a wide variety of different wood types and ages, I've captured the differing flavor profiles of Talisker, incorporating fiery. How can it be elegant and smooth and still fiery? Spicy and sweeter vanilla notes by using some of our finest and rare casks that have been left to rest longer. Talisker Neist Point delivers an incomparable flavor journey with an extra refined, sweet, smoky finish that engulfs the palate wave after wave. Wow. Now, according to the own information here from Talisker, they wanted, especially from the price and from everything, they wanted to position this between the 18 and the 21-year-old. I have the 18-year-old. Now, we love to hate Diageo because just, let's say 4 years ago, I could buy the 18-year-old over here in Germany for under €100. 99 euros was not uncommon. Now the price is 200. They doubled the price basically overnight. Now, if the Talisker 18, I remember watching Aquavite Roy and then him complaining about the prices in the UK doubling overnight, basically from £90 to £180. And I started telling everyone in Germany, hey, it's going to happen, it's going to happen. It took almost 6 months for it to happen here, but it happened. And everyone was like, but Jason, it's not happening. And it's just like, wait for it. And then it happened. And the people who restocked, they were having their prices 200 euros about, and the people who still had old stocks started bumping up their prices. Like, why am I going to sell this for 90 euros when I have to rebuy it for 180? So I'll bump it up as well. And so the prices skyrocketed very, very quickly for this. All right, now what is very interesting for me is if you ever go to www.whiskeyauction.com. It's a German European whiskey site where we can actually go to it's called the auction history. And in the auction history moment, you can actually type in without even being logged on. No, it's not called the auction history. It's called the history browser, actually. I'm sorry. You can actually just type in Talisker Neist Point, and you'll see since 2016 up until January 2025, 55 of these bottles have been sold. And you can actually see the price. For example, the price back in 2019 was 50 euros. It was $175. It was 150 euros back then, and it was being sold on auction for 50. It did actually peak basically here in 2024. In July, the most expensive bottle was 115 euros, and 1 month later, it dropped down to 84 euros. So, supply and demand. The average price of this bottle over the last 9 years on this auction site is 85 euros. Now, you add 10% on top of that for the auction fees. So, you have to add another, basically, €8.50, and you're going to add probably about another €8 for, they call it wrapping or shipping, and then they have handling and shipping. So it's you're gonna still pay at least 100 euros for this bottle. Now I did a bottle share. I bought this bottle, let's say 2018. I bought it before I moved, so it's going to be 2017, 2018. When it dropped from 150 euros at travel retail down to 100, I bought a bottle, and I just kept it up my shelf. I was like, okay, one day I'll get to this, or I'll sell it in auction. Because I had the idea that actually auction prices always went up. It's like I buy a bottle, it's a limited release, it was only bottled 2016, there were no other bottles after that, a good, nice packaging here. Ooh, people are going to pay twice that amount in 10 years from now. Well, I was wrong. I basically made zero money on this. That's fine. I did sell it for 129 euros. I did a bottle share. That was the price I set. Now, other people have it online for 179 euros. I just looked at the price, what I would get if I actually did this online. And it was like, it's not even 100 euros. Let's see if I can get rid of this. And yay, I did. And so, all right. Now, some of you are looking at this or watching this and going, I've never seen this bottle. Well, it was for travel retail and for Europe, and I don't think it ever actually hit the States because it is a 700 milliliter bottle. All right, let's nose it. I get a lot of a smokehouse, a little bit of maritime salty moments, and lemon zest. Not lime, not orange, lemon zest. Now, the 18 is absolutely one of my favorite whiskeys from Talisker. Now, I also look at how old this is. All right, they've redesigned everything. Even the 18 looks different. So this is the old Port Ree. I bought probably 5 or 6 of these on sale. And I'm going to tell you what I did is, this is exactly the perfect example. I always waited for Amazon Prime Day. And I bought the Port Ree. Now, today, Roy Aquavite in the UK had the exact same experience. It's like, oh, Diageo special releases 2024. Will I buy it? Oh, they're so expensive. No. But we wait for Prime Day, and they did 40% price sales. Even in Germany, they did 30-some percent. And it's just like, okay, I'll buy it now. There's no pressure to buy Diageo special release at the very beginning. They don't sell out. And so we can just wait until they're on sale. And this is really something Diageo has taught us to do. Wait until they're on sale. And I would highly recommend, if you're going to buy anything from Diageo, wait for it to be on sale. Either malt.com or by Amazon if you have the privilege like I do to buy alcohol via Amazon. It's a shame. It's a shame that they've actually trained us to wait for the big sales. Please do. Sláinte. Yes, typical Talisker. Maritime, lemony, smoky, but more of a bacon type of smokehouse moment. And it's a little bit more heat than I was expecting. 45.8% non-chilled filtered. This is a solid C whiskey. It's not bad, it's not good, but it's not wow. And for €100, I want wow. I want at least which I'm not getting. I understand why they maybe did not re-release this. Talisker has such a wide range of products anyways. All right, let's go to the 18. I really like the 18. This is good sipping. If you had the chance to actually buy some 18s before the price hike, I hope you did. They are worth it. So now after the price hike, would I pay €90 for this again? Yes. Would I pay 200 for this? No. The smoke is dialed down. It's still there a little bit. The maritime moment, a little bit of seaweed, a little bit of that beach vibe, maritime vibe. Barley sugars, lemon zest. That's good. That is some very, very nice stuff here. Founded in 1830 by Hugh McAskill. Used to be, does it still say this here? Distilled at Talisker Neist, okay. But it used to be the only skillfully crafted from selected casks for exceptional refinement. Distilled at the only distillery on the Isle of Skye is what this still says. Torabig stole that title, didn't they? Does it say that at the bottom here? Nope. So, Torabig, yay. All right, one last time. As I said, not a bad whiskey. A little bit too much of a heat for 45.8%. I don't really... Maybe I do get a little bit of a difference in the non-chilled filtered. There is a tad bit more viscosity here than here. I'm going to give this actually a value for money of a D. This is not something you need to have. Now, I know there are people out there like, I've had every single Talisker, the Talisker 18, the Talisker 25, the Talisker 30, everything I've ever got, the Storm, the Dark Storm, the Sky, the 10, whatever they're all called here. And if you are one of these people that have to try everything, look for it. It's out there. In almost every auction, there's one of these bottles, at least at whiskyauction.com. And try to find it, and I hope you're not too deeply disappointed. So, my question of the day is, what is your favorite Talisker product? Port Ree is going to be up there for value for money. If money's not an option, that's 18. In German, at least, I actually did, I don't know if I did in English or not, a video where I had 12 different Taliskas, and I ranked them blind. And for the what I got with the 25 and the 30-year-old that I had back then, they were real. That was cardboardy. The cardboard moment really stuck out for me. That musty cardboard, wet cardboard moment. And I was so disappointed. I paid back then. For me, it was a lot of money. If I look at the same bottles today, they are outrageously expensive. Can I find that here? No. So I was just looking at the prices for the 25 and 30 the other day, and it was like 30 was almost €1,000. It's like, I paid like 300 back then. Crazy prices. So what is your favorite Talisker product? WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American over here in Germany. Not really excited about this, but hey, happy to share my insights into the availability of good standard whiskeys in auction, if you have that possibility to buy things like that. At least we do over in Europe, and that's great. WhiskyJason says, bye-bye.